Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Friday Night Locker Room and Space Coast Daily TV. Orville Susong along with Zane Garcia. We are at Rockledge High School, home of the Rockledge Raiders. We get set for day 2 of varsity basketball. It's the Rockledge Christmas Shootout. Right here, we'll bring you all 4 games today. Today's first game is brought to you by Craig Technologies, Auto Expo 95, and sponsored as always by Erdman Automotive. Want to bring in my broadcasting partner, Zane Garcia. Zane, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. This is a great time for some basketball. You look at these teams, and you have 4 teams from Brevard County, 4 teams from out of county. I think that is wonderful to have some out of county matchups. None of these in-county teams will be playing each other, so some teams getting to see out of county foes, and that's really good basketball, not only just for Rockledge and Brevard County here, but these teams from we have Westwood from Fort Pierce, we have Martin County, we have Port St. Lucie, and we have Gateway from Kissimmee. So some teams getting to play some out of county teams, and it's the best time of the year, Orville.
And 4 teams from Brevard County, and then O'Galley. The O'Galley Commodores, the Rockledge Raiders, the Space Coast Vipers. And that will be really nice for these guys to have a good game today. Yesterday's game, Zane, I think you have the scores on those. Give us a rundown of what happened here at the Rockledge Christmas Shootout yesterday.
Yeah, first game was Port St. Lucie against these Space Coast Vipers. Port St. Lucie won that one big, 68-36. Westwood, who we're seeing right here warm up, played Titusville, and they won that one 51-36 over the Terriers. Martin County, they came in against O'Galley. Martin County's had a really good year so far. They beat O'Galley 77-45, and it was Rockledge defending home court, beating Gateway 70-41. So as Orville said, this is game 1 of 4 today. And we have the Westwood Panthers and the Space Coast Vipers here for you today.
The Westwood Panthers come in with an 8-3 overall record. The Space Coast Vipers come in at 1-9. We're getting ready, I believe, for the national anthem, but they're getting everything ready. The Westwood Panthers, like I said, 8-3. Coach Williams has got his guys playing well. The Space Coast Vipers, very young team this year. Right now, they've only won 1. They're 1-9 coming in. And yesterday, they lost to Port St. Lucie 68-36. So, but Zane, at this time of the year, that gives the coach an opportunity to bring up some JV guys, put them in a varsity situation, see if they can handle it, or if they need to stay, down on JV for a few more weeks or whatever it might be. But this gives these teams an opportunity to play teams that maybe are better than them, and that's what makes you better, is to get out and play these taller guys. How do you handle a 6'8" guy? How do you handle a shooter from the outside? And this is a lot of the reasons these coaches put these kids in these tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at a couple weeks from now is going to be the Cape Coast Conference Tournament, which is all Brevard teams facing each other. So you play some out-of-county teams that maybe are a little bit better than you, and there you go. You get some experience and get ready for your in-county tournament.
So the Space Coast Vipers will be in white with the gray and purple, and the Westwood Panthers will be in dark gray with purple numbers. So we're ready to go here. Unique Pender in the circle waiting for the jump. Caden Graybill with him. And here we go, the first tip-off of day 2, game number 1. And the ball's going to be handled by the Space Coast Vipers. Quickly down the court they go. That's landed Bass over to the far corner. 3-point shot up already off the front of the rim. No good. Goes out of bounds.
Westwood will take over right here. Inbounding the ball to Alex Jean, one of their leading scorers. He will command this offense. A zone look for the Vipers. Swing over. Jean passing it back. 3 just off the mark. Rebound controlled by Bass.
Bass gets a rebound, dishes it off to Kovac. Back to Dean, and here we go.
Zone look right now for both teams.
Man open in the corner for three, a step back, and it's good. And that's Caden Graybill, puts the first points on the board, and they belong to the Vipers.
So doing that high 1-3-1 zone, trying to limit this team from shooting, but they will take one. It'll be an offensive rebound for the Panthers, controlled by Gene once again. He's going to drive, swing it over. He's going to take another three, and that one will be just off the mark.
Long rebound, and it's going to be stolen by the Westwood Panthers.
That's Edwin Gibson, one of the leaders as well. His three's off the mark, over the backboard, and out of bounds to the Vipers.
3-0 the score. Space Coast Vipers with a three from Graybill. That's the only score of the ball game so far. And now the Vipers will take it out of bounds. Graybill will do the honors, gets it in to Bass. Back to Graybill, and he throws it out of bounds. It'll be a turnover for the Vipers. And the Panthers will come back up court, and they'll be ready to go. They'll get the ball underneath their own basket.
So some pressure from the Panthers forces a turnover. Quick turnover by the Vipers gives the Panthers an opportunity. Swung outside. Three-point attempt is up, no good. Offensive rebound once again. Swinging the ball around. Another three-pointer is off the mark.
The Panthers have thrown up 6 shots, and nothing's hit yet. Space Coast brings the ball down, gets it inside. It's going to be, the pass is going to be stolen, but Vipers will get it back, and they'll swing it back outside. Here's a drive, kicks it outside. Great defense by the Panthers, giving Space Coast everything they want. We're going to have a foul. We got a man down.
Yeah, defense of the Panthers swarming. And that's number 23, Devin Green for the Vipers, who was a little slow to get up right there.
We're going to have a timeout on the floor as the Space Coast Vipers call the first timeout. The Vipers right now, the only one has made a basket at all. It's 3-0, a three-pointer from Caden Graybill. Panthers not been able to get hot yet. They've shot 6 shots and hasn't made anything yet. But we're early in the game. It's only 5:54 here in the first quarter.
Well, you see, Orville, with the 1-3-1 zone that Space Coast is playing, Westwood's doing exactly what Space Coast wants them to do, jack up threes, and hopefully you don't start falling. And right now they're not falling, so good defense so far by Space Coast.
Graybill will take the ball out of bounds for the Space Coast Vipers. 5:54 to go here in the first quarter. Space Coast up 3-0. They kick the ball out to Wyatt Kovac. 6-foot shot up, rolls around, no good. Rebound Panthers.
Coming back down the court, number 4, that's Keith Semi. They're swinging around trying to find an opening within this 1-3-1 zone, which has moved to really a 2-3 zone look for the Vipers. Swinging it around, Gibson. And he's going to get called for a travel.
That'll be a turnover for the Panthers. They'll give the ball back to the Vipers. Again, Graybill will take it out of bounds for the Vipers, and he'll be looking for his favorite, Landon Bass. Here he comes, and he's got the ball. Being double-teamed right now, we're going to have a jump ball, I think. Yes, we are. Nice hustle there by Edwin Gibson of the Panthers. Ties the ball up, and the possession arrow says Panther ball.
Oh, they call him Flash for a reason, Orville. He got there in a flash. Inbound outside, Gibson. It's going to be reset. Swung over, inside move.
Travel again.
Yeah, they're going to call another travel right there. And you're going to see the Panthers get right back into this full court press. Hopefully looking to get another turnover, Orville.
Logan Pugh will take it out of bounds for Space Coast, and the Panthers, they do go into the full court press. They almost lost it, and they do, and the Panthers get the ball.
They force another turnover. Vipers are going to be able, or have to figure out to handle that full court press. Swung over, Gibson. And it is going to be a backcourt violation, errant pass right there.
Third turnover in a row by the Panthers. They'll give the ball back to the Vipers. So far, the Vipers have not been able to execute anything off the turnover. Bass will take the ball in, walk it across court, being guarded by Pender. Underneath, shot up. Ooh, no good. Rebound, Panthers.
Coming down is Gibson. He makes a bad pass, and it's going to be stolen.
Now they go the other way. Graybill gets the ball knocked out of his hands. We got a 3-on-1. Layup, and it's good. The first points for the Panthers, and they belong to Keith Seaman. And now the score's 3-2. Vipers, 3-point way up in the air, rolls around, no good. Rebound goes again to the Panthers.
Gene bringing it down for Westwood. Surveys, swings it back outside. Three-pointer is up, no good. Offensive rebound once again. Corner, Semi steps back.
Good block. Space Coast will take the ball down the court. That's Wyatt Kovic with the ball over to Graybill. Graybill, three-pointer up and no good off the side of the rim. Saved by the Panthers. They'll head it back the other way.
Driving and laying the ball in. Good take right there by Oscar Joseph. And that will give Westwood a quick 4-3 lead.
Shot off the glass, no good. Rebound, Panthers. That's for Space Coast. Panthers with the ball. Hurry up offense down to the other end.
Gibson trying to set up the offense. Semi will throw it, and it was deflected, so it'll stay on this side of the floor. 3:05 left in this first quarter. If you are just tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily, Orville Susong, Zane Garcia from Rockledge High School. Rockledge Christmas Shootout action here. First game of day 2 between Westwood and Space Coast.
Shot is up, no good. Graybill with the rebound. Into the corner it goes. He'll swing it back. Saved the ball there, that's for sure. Open shot, 12-footer up, no good. Both teams really cold starting this game.
They are both very cold, Orville, but what I can say is the defenses are both live. They're both really, really aggressive, and that's probably a factor of this poor shooting we're seeing so far.
Space Coast with the inbound pass. Almost lost it at half court, but they get it down into the corner to Graybill. Looking for a cutter, nobody goes through. He'll back it up and reset the offense. 4-3 Space Coast. Almost lost it, and he does.
It's Gibson. He was there in a flash, and he's going to get the bucket. That is Edwin Gibson on the steal and layup.
Gibson with his first 2 points of the game. Three-point shot up and good. And that's Caden Graybill. He's got 6 points, and the score now 6-6, all tied up.
Gibson swings it over to Gene. They're trying to work through this 1-3-1 zone. Pass to the corner. It's going to be up and good for Semi. 3-ball right there. Goes down for number 4, Keith Semi.
Semi with 5 points. He's the leading scorer right now for the Panthers. Space Coast with the ball, kicks it outside. Here's the drive. It's going to go off of Gibson's foot, and it'll be Space Coast ball. Caden Graybill will take it out of bounds. Space Coast will take it out of bounds. There's number 1. That's Emery Strom with the ball. Look out, it's going to be stolen.
And it's going to be a fast break layup. That's Alex, the leader, Gene for Westwood. That is a quick little 5-0 run by the Westwood Panthers, and Space Coast forced to take a timeout. I think right now it's really Westwood's pressure that has forced Space Coast to play a little bit sped up, Orville.
Yeah, it's surprising, though, that, Panthers have thrown a lot of balls at the basket here early in the first quarter. And nothing fell, but their defense is what's keeping ahead of the ball game right now. The last 3 shots they've made have all been layups stolen off of turnovers from Space Coast. So Space Coast is going to have to tighten up their offense a little bit, better, sharper passes to their teammates, or the Panthers are going to run away with this thing.
Westwood back in that full court press. 11-6, 1:19 left here in the first quarter.
Logan Pugh will take it out of bounds for the Space Coast Vipers. And again, the Panthers showing full court press. Weathers into the ball game now wearing number 2 for the Panthers. And here we go, 1:19 to go. They get the ball into Bass. Bass way down court to Graybill. Graybill up off the glass and good.
Good move.
Graybill with 8 points. He's got all 8 that Space Coast owns. They all belong to him.
Gibson stuck right now trying to find his point guard, Gene.
Good defense by the Vipers.
Swarming defense by the Vipers. They get the steal. It's stolen right back by Gibson. Semi goes reverse, and he is fouled, so he will head to the line. And I believe that's our first foul of the game, Orville.
Yes. I can tell you one thing. These guys are hustling back and forth up and down the court. This has been a 2-rabbit team so far.
So number 4, Keith Semi, to the line. He'll knock down the first of 2. His nickname, they call him 4K. I think that's like you got to see it to believe it type of deal right there.
Yeah, there you go.
So Semi will go 1 of 2 at the line. Rebound brought down by the Vipers.
Vipers with the ball, bringing it across will be Bass underneath, trying to get it in. It's blocked and stolen. We got a 1-on-3 here off the glass and good.
Gibson goes coast to coast, and they're going to go right back into that full court press and get a steal.
14-8.
Tough pass in there to Gibson is stolen.
Here we go, Graybill again. Shot up and good. Graybill has 10, and the Vipers have 14. What? No.
1 second left, and the shot is just off the mark. So a fast-paced first quarter here. And I'll tell you right now, it's Westwood versus Caden Graybill, because Graybill right now is keeping the Vipers in this game with his play.
As we end the first quarter, it's 14-10 in favor of the Westwood Panthers. We'll give you the scoring. Gibson for the Panthers, Gibson with 4, Gene with 2, Semi with 6, and Joseph with 2. That's a total of 14. And you only have to mention one name for the Space Coast Vipers. That's Caden Graybill. He has 10. So the score at the end of the first quarter, 14-10. We head to the second quarter in just a moment. Want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Craig Technologies, Health First, Eastern Florida State College, and All Points. But crowd should come in a little bit later. Normally these first games are a little slow to have people come in, especially on a holiday weekend like this. But hopefully the crowd will get bigger and the gym will get louder, and that's what makes basketball.
Absolutely.
So we'll head to the second quarter. They'll put 8 minutes on the clock. The Space Coast Vipers will take the ball out of bounds first. Devon Green doing the honors, and he'll give the ball off to Landon Bass, and here we go.
It's going to be it's like a 2-1-2 zone for Westwood.
Look out. Back to Graybill. Into the corner. Kick it underneath. It'll be knocked out of bounds. And it'll be knocked out of bounds. 33, I'm sorry. By Musser. And Space Coast gets the ball underneath their own basket, kicks it outside. Here's a drive. Back over to the corner, overthrows the intended receiver. And it's a turnover for the Vipers. The Panthers will bring it back up court. 7:36 to go here in the second quarter. The Panthers 14 and the Vipers 10.
Joseph Weathers, number 2, wiggles through the trap and shot just off the mark by Gene.
Rebound for Kovic, and he's going to throw the ball away. We talked about this at the end of the first quarter. Shot is up, no good. Rebound Panthers.
Gene with the offensive rebound. Smallest guy on the floor gets the offensive rebound. Kick to the corner, just off the mark.
Kovic again with the rebound. Over to the far corner is Bass. Bass down into the corner to Graybill. Cutter goes through, no pass.
Graybill's been hot in this game. You got to get him the ball.
Jacobson with the ball now out to Kovic. Here's the drive. Backs it up. 2-point shot. Nothing but air. And the rebound, that will go to Musser.
Gene has it in the corner. Swings it down. Weathers. Pass goes underneath. Kick back out to Gene. And his 3 ball is good.
Gene with 5 points now for the Panthers. Full court press. Knocked out. Oh, they got it back. Turn around off the glass. And that is Mergel. And he's got his first 2 points of the ball game.
Nicknamed Big Zoe. So a quick 9-point lead.
3-point shot, no good. Rebound, Panthers.
The 9-point lead will increase to 11 as Alex Gene will put another 2 on the board for Westwood.
Gene now with 7 points for the Vipers, or for the Panthers. Kovic with the ball. Hesitation off the glass, up and good. No glass, he got it all that time. Wyatt Kovic with his first 2 points of the ball game.
1-3-1 zone still for the Vipers. Swung back over to Weathers. Mergel, corner, Gene. It's going to be off the back rim, but the offensive rebound for Gavin Musser, he goes back up and is fouled, so he'll be heading to the line for 2 and could potentially make it a 10-point or 11-point game here. And with 5:18 left in this half, I think Space Coast really has to just slow down and take their time. They're playing at the pace that Westwood wants them to play at right now, Orville, and it's favoring the Panthers.
4 new players come in for Space Coast, 3 new players for the Panthers, so we'll see a different rotation this time. But again, the shooter, Musser, he's at the line, missed his first one. This ball will be live.
Second free throw goes, and that'll make it a 10-point game. Back into the full court trap, and it's going to be another turnover. I don't know what count we're at, Orville, for turnovers from the trap, from this full court press, but it's heading up there. The pressure by the Panthers has been relentless. Inbounded to Gene. In the corner is Gibson. He swings it over. Corner shot is up and good. That's number 5, Mergel.
Mergel with 7 points in the ball game. Stolen again by the Panthers.
Another turnover over to Gene. He's going to travel, which will give it back to the Vipers. But with 5 minutes left in this quarter right now, the lead has increased to 13 for Westwood.
Tristan Thacker comes out of the ball game. Space Coast Vipers now again having trouble with this full court press by the Panthers. 3-point shot, big time shot, and guess who? That is Graybill. He's got 13.
Yeah, he's been hot so far. They got to get him the ball. He's feeling it. Pass back out to Gene. He tries to make a move, and he's going to be fouled. Wow, they're going to call it a travel before the foul. It looked like it could have been a blocking foul. So they're going to call it a travel. It will be a turnover back to the Vipers, but here goes the full court press once again.
Luke Moser takes it out of bounds for the Space Coast Vipers, and 2 more players coming in. That's Joseph and Pender coming to the ball game for the for the Panthers.
4:33 left in this second quarter. 10-point lead for Westwood. Looks like a miscommunication.
Turn around, and that's good.
That's Oscar Joseph. That's his first basket of the game. So back in that full court press. Graybill slowly bringing it up.
Ooh. Here comes the drive by Space Coast trying to get it back outside, and they do. Graybill, he's going to throw up another one. That's going to be short. Nothing but air. Ooh. And that'll be a turnover or missed shot. The Panthers will get the ball back at 4:03 in the ball game, 27-15 in favor of the Westwood Panthers.
Bringing it up the floor is Gibson. He takes the screen, heads to the corner. And he shuffled it. He shuffled his feet right there. Good call by the ref. He did shuffle his feet right before passing that ball, so.
I got 29 points. I think the scoreboard is wrong.
I have 27.
Okay, well, they have 27, so must be me. I'll have to figure out who I cheated 2 points or who I gave 2 points to.
Ball is deflected out of bounds. Graybill will be taking it out for the Vipers.
Space Coast with the ball, trying to get it inside. Way outside they go. And it's going to be stolen again. The fourth turnover in a row.
Alex Jean for Westwood, he gets down the floor in a hurry.
He's got 9 points for the Panthers. Now we're going to have a travel. Wow.
So it seems, Orville, the refs are letting them play. There's been a lot of contact. Refs are letting them play, and they're calling the travels before they're calling the blocking foul. So
the Vipers are giving this ball game away. There's no question about it with turnovers. I would probably guess there has to be, out of the 29 points, probably 14 points come on turnovers. Shot up, no good. Rebound to the Panthers. Shot up, no good. Rebound again.
Wow, offensive rebound after offensive rebound. That's Oscar Joseph. He puts it back in after getting his offensive rebound. Landon Bass.
No good. Rebound, Panthers.
And bringing it back down the court is Angelo Cyrus. Swung outside. Gibson drives.
Travel.
Wow.
The Panthers had 3 travels, and the Space Coast Vipers giving the ball off 3 times, and we got a timeout on the floor again called by the Space Coast Vipers. 2:46 to go here in the second quarter. We're at Rockledge High School. It's the Rockledge Christmas Shootout. Score 31-15 in favor of the visiting Westwood Panthers.
Yeah, 2:46 left before halftime. Right now, if you're the coaches, I should say, for Space Coast, you're telling your guys just to slow down the pace a little bit. You're playing into Westwood's favor right now, and I don't know if it's the same coaches back when I played against Westwood back in my day, but they hurried us up and pressed us back when I was in high school. So it looks like they're going to stay in this full court press, and to their reason, it's been very successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So 31-15, 2:46 left. Hopefully Space Coast can try to cut this lead down to at least 10 before halftime.
Space Coast Vipers trying to get the ball in, and they threw it right to the Panthers.
Jean attacks, swings it outside. Semi long, but the rebound goes to Joseph, and he puts it back in. They got to box Joseph out. He's at least got 4 offensive rebounds that I've counted.
Joseph with 8 points in the ball game so far. Ball in the hands of Bass, back over to Graybill. Graybill will bring it across half court, and again a turnover.
Jean will finish at the rim. increasing the lead to 20 now, and another turnover out of the full court press. Gibson, corner, Jean. Vipers come down with the rebound.
Nice rebound by Green.
The turnover goes to Westwood, and it's going to be Musser with the 2. So turnover is the big factor right now for the Vipers.
Vipers cross half court for the first time in a long time.
Yep.
Graybill with the ball, trying to do it on his own, and he should have been fouled, I would think, but block shot. Panthers with the ball.
Gibson all the way to the rim. He's fouled and will make the layup.
I heard that from here.
So Gibson, which we mentioned earlier, they call him Flash. He got down the court really fast, and he was able to finish it, take the contact. So the traditional three-point play opportunity for Edwin Gibson of Westwood, and he makes this right here. It's a 25-point lead, and it really turned kind of ugly in a hurry, Orville.
Yeah.
It seemed like over about a 4-minute span that Westwood turned this from just about a 9 to 10 point lead into 24, 25-point lead.
Well, at the end of the first quarter, it was only a 4-point lead by Westwood. The second quarter, they've dominated, and it's all because of their defense. They threw out the full court press, and Space Coast has not been able to handle it well at all. And the turnovers, the Panthers getting easy shots off turnovers.
Kicked outside. Getting his own rebound was Mergel. Mergel swings to the corner. Semi is going to travel. And good thing that they're calling these travels because that step is fast for every single Westwood player that's tried to drive into the lane. They've been able to get through this Vipers defense.
27 points of the second quarter for the Panthers and only 5 points for the Space Coast Vipers. I tell you, another turnover by the Vipers, throwing the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Panther ball.
Gibson bringing it up. Goes corner. Musser for 3. It's going to be long, but the rebound goes to Mergel. Swung back over Semi. Good give and go. Up and no good, but Joseph. Who else?
Joseph with 10.
Oscar Joseph has at least 5 or 6 offensive rebounds, I believe.
Space Coast to slow it down a little bit now. Graybill's going to take a 3.
And he knocks it down.
He's got 16. Out of the 18 points, he's got 16. That's going to be over and back.
A backcourt violation by Westwood. And with 26.8 seconds left, if I'm Space Coast, I'm not giving Westwood another opportunity to score here. I'm using this entire clock and hopefully getting it to Caden Graybill. He'll knock down a 3 and make it a 20-point game.
So the Vipers will take it out of bounds. That's Pugh with the ball into Bass. Looking for Graybill. He's got it. And he's going to have to give it up. Graybill again, way long outside. Looks like Caitlin Clark shooting from the logos. He's got 19 out of the 21 points.
Three-pointer is long. Offensive rebound. The buzzer will sound, and that will mark halftime here at Rockledge High School.
So we'll take a look at the State Farm Insurance scoreboard here at Rockledge High School for the Rockledge Christmas Classic. It's the Panthers from Westwood, 41, and the Vipers from Space Coast, 21. A 20-point lead by the visiting Panthers.
Well, you look at that first half, Orville, and it really screams the turnovers. That was the biggest thing that really controlled this game from the start. And honestly, there wasn't much opportunity for Westwood to score on offense. It was really their defense that made it so difficult for the Vipers to really get anything going, even get past half court, as you mentioned, Orville. So that first half really controlled by Westwood as they jumped out to a 20-point lead. If you are just tuning in to the Friday Night Locker Room on Space Coast Daily, Orville Susong, Zane Garcia from Rockledge High School. This is the Rockledge Christmas Shootout here at Rockledge High School, home of the Raiders. Westwood and Space Coast. This is game 1 on day 2. Westwood really only had a 4-point narrow lead at the end of that first quarter, and as we mentioned, Orville, it was the full court press, it was the tenacious defense from the Westwood Panthers that they forced so many turnovers. Do you have a tally on the turnovers?
I do not.
I wouldn't put it over 30, but I wouldn't put it under 20.
Yeah.
So
a lot of turnovers. And the Panthers have had a lot of turnovers too. They had 3 traveling calls in a row as they come down the court, trying to move the ball quickly. The Space Coast Vipers are doing a good job defensively.
Yep.
But what's happening is they can't keep up with the ball.
Yep.
Great passing. Nobody seems to be, excuse me, nobody seems to be like they want the shot, they want the guy that's open to take the shot. And you get that mentality from the coaching staff and in practice on things was one more pass will make the difference. Take a shot if you have it. If you don't, give it off. You don't get yourself in trouble if you see the double team coming. That's the thing you want to worry about. Double team coming, give it away immediately because you don't want to get caught in a corner and not be able to get rid of the ball. But turnovers have been the answer on both sides. Unfortunately for the Vipers, they've turned over a lot more than the Panthers have.
Yeah, it was really that full court press by Westwood was stifling for the Vipers. Space Coast on several occasions really just had miscommunications, just threw the ball, and it ended up in the hands of a Panther defender. And really you saw the speed of Westwood in that first half, able to get out and running. Guys like Alex Jean, Edwin Gibson, Keith Semi able to get down the floor. The fast break really was the key to success in that first half for the Westwood Panthers. So in the second half, I'm imagining coaches in that locker room for Space Coast just telling their guys to really just slow the game down. You're playing into Westwood's hands when you try to play fast, and that's really what has happened in that first half. And you look at the bright side for Space Coast, Caden Graybill hasn't missed many threes. He's taken quite a bit, and he's been the bright side of the Space Coast Vipers. 19 of their 21 points coming from Caden Graybill. I think he has 4 threes or 5 threes.
4
3-pointers for Caden Graybill. Really been the bright side of this first half for Space Coast. And 20 points, it is a big margin, but you can come back from that, and I think Space Coast might end up going into a little bit of a full court press themselves over the next probably entire half if they have to. But this first couple minutes of the third quarter, Orville, is going to be huge for Space Coast if they end up getting back into this game. They're going to have to open up and play some really good defense, but limit the turnovers.
Well, excuse me, one of the things that as a coach you would think, guys, if it's not broke, don't worry about it. Let's play. And I look for the Panthers to come out and do exactly what they've been doing, try to push the ball down the court on offense, make that one extra pass to get the guy open to get a closer shot. And your dynamics of the ball going into the court and underneath the basket, your percentage of shots made goes way up.
Yeah.
Compared to a 3-point with a guy in your face. So it looks like they're pushing more, Panthers that is, pushing more to get the ball to the inside and then kick it out at the last moment. The wing play for both of the guys from the Panthers, there's always somebody on the far side or on the near side standing in the wing on the corner waiting for a pass to shoot a three or drive toward the basket. The Vipers have an uphill battle coming out of the locker room for the third quarter. And I'm sure right now Coach Fider is talking about controlling the ball. They're making so many mistakes, turnover. They are a young team. We spoke about that at the beginning, but it's, you got to slow it down and try to at least get over half court.
Yeah, I think you look at just the first few minutes of the game, the pace was slow. The pace was Westwood swinging around, shooting threes. They weren't hitting any threes. But then once their defense, I think it was right when their defense got into that full court press, it really ramped up the game and the pace. And it just seemed like Westwood was literally able to run and go. And that's exactly what they did, and opening up a big 20-point lead. So a lot of work to do for Space Coast to come back in this one. And as Orville said, Westwood's going to continue doing what they're doing, probably stay in that full court press and try to build this lead back up. So 3 minutes left until we start the second half. And we're going to be having a player of the game after this one come up here and talk to us. So really no candidate I can think of right now, but Westwood as a team, you could say their defense might end up being the player of the game.
If we could get them all up here. We don't have enough plaques for the whole defensive team, but a couple things that set out, and it's on both sides, is the turnovers.
Yeah.
And it's scary that's something that's tough to fix as a coach. And Vipers being young, you got young guys that are. One of these guys is an 8th grader.
Yep.
And he has to have the jitters, and it's just, you play a team. Westwood's always been a pretty good basketball team.
They have.
And when they're coming into the gym to play you, and you're very young, you're going to get your bumps and bruises.
Yep.
But we'll give you the scoring now for the first half for the Westwood Panthers. Gibson with 6. Gene leading the scoring for the Panthers with 11. Simi with 6. Mergel with 4. Joseph with 10. And Musser with 4. And that ends up 41 points for the visiting Panthers. And for the Space Coast Vipers, Wyatt Kovac has 2. And Caden Graybill has 19. That's pretty simple right there. That score at halftime, 41-21, 20-point lead by the Westwood Panthers.
Well, Alex Jean and Edwin Gibson are the 2 leading scorers, averaging over 11 points a game for this Westwood team. So pretty on schedule with what they would normally do. Jean's had a good game. And they really haven't had any answer for Graybill, but Graybill's had to keep the Vipers somewhat in this game. And he's going to need a really heroic performance to get the Vipers to come back and win this one. He already has 19, so keep the counter going. How many points can he score in this one?
6 players have scored for the Westwood Panthers, only 2 for the Space Coast Vipers. And you say, well, he's shooting. Graybill really hasn't shot a lot.
He hasn't,
because he hasn't had the ball. The turnovers have put the ball on the other side of the court out of his hands. If they got half of the turnovers across half court and got him the ball, this would be a really close ball game, I would think.
I would agree, too. I think the turnovers has been really detrimental to Space Coast, and that's the reason that they're down by 20 as we start this third quarter. So Westwood will bring it over. It's going to be Alex Jean. Swings it over to Semi. They're working inside out. Gibson. They have a 3-second violation call. That's going to be on number 10, Unique Pinder.
So the Vipers, Anna's predicted, Space Coast Vipers trying to get the ball inbounds. The Panthers will back up off the full court press somewhat. They let Space Coast come across half court. Bass with the ball over to Graybill. Kicks up. Bass shot. Wanted to wanted to foul, didn't get it. Space Coast with the rebound, then loses it.
Semi throws it up for Gibson. Swung out to
Travel.
Jean. Traveling call. So the travel will give Space Coast the ball back.
Bass will bring it in. Excuse me. Brings it down court to Green, back over to Bass. Bass looking for a little help, gives off ball off to Kovic. Graybill didn't take it that time. He had it open.
He thought about it.
Up, no good. Rebound, the Panthers.
Semi moving it down.
Oh, good block.
Yeah, almost a fast break dunk for Joseph, but good defense there by Space Coast. Graybill. Long, but the putback goes.
Kovic with the putback. He's got 4 points.
And that'll be the first points of the second half. Into that 1-3-1 zone is Space Coast. Swung over. Jean thought about the three, has to retreat. Gibson trying to find someone open. Dribbles around it. He's going to take it all the way, kick it out. Jean will take the deep one. It'll hit front rim, go over the back rim, and Semi's right there to follow it up. So
Semi with 8 points in the ball game. Oh, how did he get away with that?
he definitely did get away with that one. Jean will bring it up, crossover. Good pass by Alex Jean, finds Joseph for the deuce.
Joseph with 12 in the ball game for the Panthers. Here's a drive by Graybill, and it's knocked out of bounds, and Space Coast will keep the ball underneath their own basket. 5:47 here in the third quarter, 45-23 in favor of the Panthers.
Good look there by Alex Jean as he penetrated the defense, was able to find his big man Joseph underneath, and it's really been a good game so far for Oscar Joseph.
Space Coast gets the ball inbounds. Pugh with the ball. All the way across. Shot up. Little floater, no good. Knocked out of bounds.
5:34 left in the third quarter. Gibson will bring the ball up. Makes a couple moves, takes the screen, gonna swing it over to Jean. Jean pull-up jumper is long. Semi follows on the putback.
Semi with 10. He's just living under the basket, getting all the trash that's left.
He is living underneath the basket. Nobody's boxing out.
Wide open, shot up and good, and that's Green. He's got 2 points. That makes it 47-25.
Semi brings it down. Jean crossover move. Gives it off to Joseph. And the deuce.
Joseph with 14. Space Coast Vipers. Look out.
And my goodness, Edwin Gibson. If there was rows of bleachers right there, that probably would have been 10th row. Horrible.
Yeah, you're right.
He blocked that thing.
Space Coast taking the ball out of bounds. Graybill will do the honors. Shot up and good, and that's Wyatt Kovic. He's got 6 now for the Panthers. He's the big body inside.
Jean drives baseline, Euro step, misses the layup, and Vipers control it.
Vipers with the ball. Graybill. Shot
Foul.
is up and good.
Wow. Caden Graybill, have yourself a game.
He's got 21.
Gives him 21. He's headed to the line for number 22, and the pace of the game, I would say, is still with Westwood, but Space Coast has responded, I would say, better than they did in that second quarter.
So far, so good. Shot is up, rolls around, falls in.
Make it 22 for Graybill on the night. Jean waiting for a pick. Jump stops through the lane, and it's stolen. But stolen right back by Flash Edwin Gibson. Makes a couple moves. Goes corner. Semi
Oh,
He's
blocked.
Good defense by Space Coast. Pass up to Graybill. Back and forth we go, Orville. Semi will finish it off. So, a little teeter-totter basketball right there.
Wow. And we're going to have a foul. That's a pretty cheap one there.
You know, they use the terminology in football, backyard football. That was some backyard basketball.
Back and forth, back and forth.
My goodness. So, finally controlled by Westwood. Semi will make the layup. We're going to have 4 new Panthers come in the game and 3 new Vipers enter the game. So, fresh legs for both sides.
21-point lead by the Panthers. Panthers on defense now.
3:34 left in this third quarter.
Panthers with the ball coming around now. That's Emery Strom. Over to Graybill. Backs it out. And we have a timeout called by Coach Fighter of the Space Coast Vipers. 3:19 to go here in the third quarter. The Panthers 51 and the Vipers 30. Take a moment to thank a couple of our sponsors: Auto Expo 95, All Points, Goodson Paving of Cocoa, Renegade Underground of Cocoa, Al's Trophy Shop in their 2 locations, and Space Coast Tire of Cocoa, now on Highway 520, just west of Clear Lake Road.
You know, I would say that Space Coast has played better in this third quarter. Obviously, the scoreboard doesn't really indicate that. It's still a 21-point lead for Westwood, but it seems like Space Coast has responded to some adversity. And what I mean by that is when Westwood brings pressure, instead of just turning and throwing the ball anywhere, they're backing the ball out. They're trying to survey a little bit and making the right passes. Now, I do believe they probably still have some turnovers in this third quarter, but it's been a little bit cleaner, I should say.
Space Coast Vipers with the ball as the clock ticks down to 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Down to the corner, 3-point shot up and no good. Rebound. Graybill shot up, no good. And we're going to have a
it's going to be a foul going the other way. I think it was an over-the-back foul on Thacker, I believe that was. So Westwood will take control of it. Joseph Weather is going to inbound the ball to his point guard, Alex Jean. Jean's had a good game so far tonight.
Jean with 11 points in the ball
game. Today,
game.
I should say.
Yeah.
Jean was looking for his man. Ball got deflected, went right back to him, and Vipers control it. Good pass.
Nice job.
Thacker will finish on the alley-oop. Jean, deep ball is good.
You're going to have a hard time picking a player of the game in this game, I'm telling you that. 54-32, excuse me.
Euro step through the lane.
No
They're going to
good.
say he was fouled, and Strom will be headed to the line for 2.
54-32. Emery Strom will go to the line. Strom with no points so far. This is opportunity for him to make his first point with the clock stopped. Shot is up and good. Strom's got his first point to the ball game.
2:20 left in this third quarter. It's been all Westwood since the beginning of the second quarter.
Second shot up and good. Nothing but net on both of them. Strom's got 2. Space Coast Vipers have 34.
Jean brings it up the court. Swings it corner. Inside, Musser. And he's fouled before taking the shot, so they will take the ball out of bounds.
It's going to be on Graybill, I think.
They called it on
No.
30.
Yeah, that's Kovic.
Weathers looking for someone to pass it to. Gene takes the 3 ball. Left side of the rim and off the mark. Thacker will
Kovic with the
control it.
ball, bringing it across. Didn't mean to walk on you there. Trying to get it to Graybill. Nobody open. Now they give it to him. Drive. Looking for a step back. There it is. He didn't take it. Pass to the corner. Shot up one-hander, and that's good. And that's Emery Strom. He's got 4 now. What did he say?
I'm not sure exactly what the refs called right there. Might have been a delay of game.
36 points, though, so that point is good by Strom.
Back over Gene. In the corner, Weathers. His 3 is short.
Kovic with the rebound for the Vipers. Space Coast will bring it up court. Going to drive. Oh, that's going to. He tried to hand it off to somebody, and there was nobody there, so he had to pick up the dribble again, and that's a turnover. 1:19 to go here in the third as we take a look at the State Farm Insurance scoreboard. Board.
Gene to the corner. 3 ball is long, but an offensive rebound. Gene trying to reset it.
Oh, there's a walk.
They're going to call that a travel. See, if you're going to try to split the defense like the Westwood Panthers have been trying to do all day, you got to take that dribble through the trap, and they're taking it before the trap.
They're trying to carry the ball through, and that's a travel.
Yep, you got to take that dribble through the trap, not before it.
Graybill will bring the ball into bounds. He gets it into Kovic.
Strom all the way to the rim is no good.
Rebound, Graybill kicks it outside. Long shot, no good. Rebound, Panthers. Man open down court.
Pass, Joseph. And that's an easy layup for Joseph.
Joseph just hangs around and says, throw me the ball when you get over here.
You know, there's a lot of telepathy going on between Alex Jean and Oscar Joseph because they just seem to find each other.
Joseph with 16 points now.
Jean from deep. Long rebound, guess who?
Joseph with another 2.
Oscar Joseph
18.
is having a big night, especially on the boards.
Oh.
Dr. J hook shot, no good for Kovic. He's looking for the foul, but
yeah, I think he should have got one there.
He did take a lot of contact trying to make that hook shot.
Oop. Kovic steals the ball, then he'll lose it out of bounds, and it'll go back to the Panthers. Weathers with great defense there to keep Kovic from coming across.
I'll tell you, Orville, these refs are letting them play.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
A lot of contact, but some players like playing with a lot of contact, some don't. Joseph at the buzzer.
And it's no good, and we end the third quarter here at the Rockledge Christmas Shootout, and it's the Panthers 58 and the Vipers 36.
So in that quarter, the Vipers were outscored by 2, but a lot better control over the pace of the game, I would say, by Space Coast rather than that second quarter. Westwood still running and gunning. Alex Jean has had a phenomenal game, been able to find Oscar Joseph really all around the rim. So this Westwood team, they've played quick, and they're a hard team to slow down. I think you have to have a team that has a really good point guard that can control the pace of the game, and really some teams like that up and down pace, but it favors Westwood, and you can see why.
So for the Panthers, after the 3 of play. We'll see if we can get this out for you real quick. Gibson with 6, Jean with 14, Semi with 12, Mergel with 4, Joseph with 18, and Musser with 4. That's for the Panthers. And for the Space Coast Vipers, he just turned the ball over, but they will keep it on their end. We've got Graybill with 22, Thacker with 2, Green with 2, Kovic with 6, Strom with 4. That's 36 points, 58-34. Graybill with the ball now, trying to work his way in. And another turnover by the Vipers. Panthers, guess who?
Jean to Joseph and the foul. So,
like I said,
oh my.
Joseph just says, hey, I'll just hang out down here, and when you get down here, throw me the ball.
And one thing that's impressive that he's really, really good at is he hasn't had a 3-second call on him today.
No.
So you stand right on that block, right outside the paint, and you take the pass, and you have one step, and you're taking a layup. Traditional three-point play goes for Oscar Joseph.
Joseph with 21 points now. 60-36. Space Coast will take the ball out of bounds. That's Logan Pugh trying to get it in. Can't get anybody. Now he's got a man open.
Strom dribbling all the way through it and gives it right to Alex Jean. Jean, Euro step layup is good.
Jean with 16 points for the Panthers. Into the corner now, kicks it outside, goes out of bounds off of.
That was off Space Coast, what they're going to say.
It was, but yeah, I don't think they saw it. Great. Logan Pugh knocked it out of bounds. Ball underneath the Kovic, give and go, kicked out of bounds by Caden Graybill.
They're going to call a foul right there. They I think they got the number wrong because they marked number 22, Ellis, on the foul. I believe they meant to do 12, but.
Kovic, three-point shot from the corner, no good. Rebound goes to Graybill. Kovic, I thought he was going to put it up again.
Swing over.
And we're going to have a foul. That's going to be on the Panthers. It's going to be on Ellis, number 22. Still not in the bonus.
So just starting the fourth quarter, if you are just joining us, this is the Rockledge Christmas Shootout. Orville Susan, Zane Garcia from Rockledge High School. Game 1 on day 2. That is a deep, deep three by Caden Graybill.
Kovic got the rebound, kicked it outside. Here's another shot, and that's good. And that's by Jacobson, his first points of the ball game, and that happens to be a 3.
Jean swings it to Weathers. Musser almost loses it. Inside, Joseph.
That was Jean, wasn't it?
No,
it was Joseph.
Yeah, it was Joseph.
Holy cow.
He's had himself a day.
23 points, averaging normally 7.8 points a game. Here's a drive by Space Coast. Graybill with the ball, way outside. Gets a nice block. Kovic with the ball. He's going to go up and off the glass, no good. And Joseph gets a rebound. Joseph starting to control both ends of the court.
Jean inside out, and guess who? Oscar Joseph. He's easily got a double-double.
Yeah, 25 points for him. Graybill launches a 3, no good. He's went cold since the second half started. Off the glass, and that is Jacobson. He's now got 5. So they'll blow a whistle, and timeout will start here at Rockledge High School. It's the Rockledge Christmas Shootout, and the Westwood Panthers 67, Space Coast Vipers 41.
A lot of the Westwood players hitting that 6-7 emote. They're at 67 right now, and really it's been the pace of play has really determined really changed the game for Westwood. We saw early in the game, Space Coast had it slowed down a little bit, and then over the progression of that second quarter, there was just a flip that switched in the favor of the Westwood Panthers, and I mean, they got off and running. So it's going to be a really big win for Westwood, just based on what the score is now, 5.5 minutes left in this game. But you got to look at the things you can take away if you're Space Coast. You have some guys out, but Caden Graybill has had a good game, and some pieces have played better in this second half. It hasn't just been all Graybill. So Gibson, his three is short, and Strom ends up with the rebound over to Bass.
Ball in the hands of Bass, down by the Space Coast Vipers. He'll lose it.
Joseph up ahead. And fouled on the layup attempt. That is number 13, Eugene Knight. And with his last name being Knight, he goes by Batman.
There you go. So we want to take an opportunity as this foul shot gets ready to go. Say hello to Phyllis Samakavich. She's watching. Quentin Carr's watching. Eric Pierce, Russell Sage. Did he make that?
Yes, free throw good for Knight, Eugene Knight of Westwood.
His first point of the ball game, and he makes the second one. So he's got 269 to 41 in favor of the Panthers. A couple other teams starting to show up now for game number 2. Titusville was already here. Graybill gives it off to Kovich. Kovich with the drive, and he'll lose the ball. Let's see what they call. And they're going to get a foul against the Panthers.
4:41 left in the game. 28-point lead for Westwood. They've been really impressive today.
Almost took a three. Kovich now, he'll take a three from the top of the key. No good. Rebound goes to Joseph. He's at both ends of the court.
Definitely has a double-double. I wouldn't be surprised if he's approaching 20 rebounds.
Ball stolen now by Strom. And the shot off the glass, no good by Graybill.
Gibson fakes the pass, penetrates, three ball, goes for Knight.
Knight with 5. Look out. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Panthers. Mergel. Great hustle by both of these teams, but the speed is really showing by the Panthers, that's for sure.
It is. Westwood flying around all game long.
Ball in the hands of Caden Graybill. Gives it off. Shot is up. No good. Rebound goes to the Space Coast Vipers. That's going to be a push.
I think they're going to call it on the floor before the shot attempt. Kovich was able to get to the lane right there and draw the foul, so it'll stay on this end of the floor.
That could have almost been traveling, too. Don't tell anybody I said that. So Graybill will take the ball out of bounds for the Space Coast Vipers. 3:42 to go in the ball game. Had a man open, and he sends it deep to Jacobson. Jacobson trying to get it in. Good defense. Kovich with the ball now. He'll back it out. Drive, shot up, no good. Off the rim.
Eugene Knight, one crossover, floater, and it's good.
Knight's had the last 2. He's got 7 points in the ball game for the Panthers. Graybill with the ball. Kovich.
There goes Eugene Knight again. He's going to step up for a 3-ball. It's short. Another kick out 3-ball. No good. Strom rebound up to
Kovic
Kovic.
wide open at the other end, lays it up off the glass. It's good. He hasn't had a point this quarter, so he'll add his 8 points to the total. 74-43 in favor of the Panthers.
Corner, Musser. Inside, layup, no good. Rebound.
There's a push.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's got to be a foul somewhere in that.
Somebody's got to be fouled on that.
Yep. So Eugene Knight and Caden Graybill were fighting for the ball, and Knight was fouled. So Westwood stays in possession of the ball.
Devon Green back in for the Space Coast Vipers along with Luke Moser. Space Coast Vipers end up with the ball. Good defense still by the Panthers. Ball over to Pugh. Pugh now into the Luke Moser. Back to Pugh. Here's a drive. Kicks out. 3-point shot. No good. Rebound Panthers. We're going to have a foul.
Travel before the foul,
Yeah, before the travel.
It looked like he was trying to get through that little trap and just walked.
So here we go. Vipers will take it out of bounds. That's Pugh with the ball. Shot is up. Looks pretty good, and it's in. That's Green. Green has 4 points for the Vipers.
Eugene Knight.
He's going to travel. That'll be a turnover.
Good move right there, but traveled before the shot. So 91 seconds left on the clock here. Oh, actually, they called a foul before the travel, so Eugene Knight is going to go to the line for 2. And by the way that Knight has put – okay, never mind again. So it looked like there was one ref that called a foul, one ref that called a travel. They talked about it. The travel was before the foul, so ball goes to the Vipers.
Space Coast brings the ball in. Bass trying to get it over half court. He does and loses the ball.
That layup is up and good. That's number 21, Burgos, Stevenson Burgos.
Burgos' first points of the ball game. 2-point shot up, no good by the Panthers. By the Vipers. Rebound Panthers.
Burgos all the way to the rim again. It's blocked.
And they're going to give it to the Panthers out underneath the basket. Green will bring it out of bounds. Over to Bass. Underneath, turnaround, 8-footer, no good. Line drive shot, no good. Rebound Panthers, under a minute to go.
Kick outside, shot is up and short. Rebound Vipers.
Jacobson with the rebound. Kicks it to Graybill. He's going to take it all the way. Short layup off the glass, no good. Rebound Vipers, they'll kick it back outside. Bass drives, gives it off to Wojcik, and it's good. Kovic with another one. He's got 10.
Good pass by Bass.
Under 20 seconds to go. They won't take a shot.
Just trying to run the timeout is Westwood.
He does take a shot.
Takes one, and it is off the mark, but...
And you take a look at the State Farm Insurance final score, and it's the Panthers from Westwood, 76, and the Space Coast Vipers, 48. Now we'll end game number 1 here this afternoon. And who is your player of the game there, Mr. Garcia.
Got to give it to Oscar Joseph.
Okay.
What did he tally? 25 points?
Let me look here. I'm trying to find him. He's number 12, right? Yep.
Let me go grab him real quick.
25 points for Oscar. He is our Friday night locker room player of the game. So while Zane is doing that, he's getting our player of the game. We'll give you the final scores here for the Space Coast Vipers. Number 3, Caden Graybill had 22. Tegan Jacobson with 5. Tristan Thacker with 2. Devon Green with 4. Wyatt Kovich with 10. And Emery Strom with 4. For the West Coast Panthers, Gibson with 6. Jean with 16. Semi with 12. Mergel with 4. Joseph with 25. Batman Knight with 7, Burgos with 2, and Musser with 4, and that's leaves you score at 76-48 in favor of the Westwood Panthers. We'll be getting our
We are here with Oscar Joseph, the player of the game for the Westwood Panthers. Oscar, tell us a little bit about the game. You guys were able to really control the glass but force turnovers. Tell us how you guys just got out and running pretty quickly.
Well, honestly, it's it comes with how we move with the ball. Like if we move the ball quick and during transition, that we can get the ball up quicker and have to like be able to break down their defense easier. Like if I get the rebound, I hit it with my point guard, and I just sprint down immediately, there's always going to be wide open looks. And if I'm not open, then we always have other 2 guys run out to the corner so they can split out the defense so we have more spacing.
Well, I notice especially when your point guard, Gene, is running down the court,
yeah.
he finds you quite a bit. Tell us that connection between you and Alex Gene. He was able to find you quite a bit.
Well, to be honest, it has more to do with like basketball, because he's my boy. Like we close. But when it comes to him being like, because it's just how it goes. Like when he goes down the court, if he's about to take down the lane, if he sees he doesn't have no lane, he's going for the open look. So usually that'll be me, which is why I said like I'll be the one sprinting down the court more, so we'll be able to spread it open more and get the open look. So and we're both sprinting, so we're always both there, and it's just an easy dump off at that point because I'm already there. And he has the ball.
Well, you had a great game, 25 points. We didn't tally your rebounds, but I'm pretty close. I'm pretty sure it's close to 20. Yeah. A lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of defensive rebounds. That's why Oscar Joseph is our Friday Night Locker Room Player of the Game. Congratulations, as the Westwood Panthers beat the Space Coast Vipers 76-48. Oscar, you have a game tomorrow as well. What are you looking forward to, especially in day 3? Are you looking for any specific type of performance, or is it just come out and get the job done?
Get the job done. I want to win a game. I want to get our team and environment to where we feel like we could win anything, so we can be prepared for championship games. That's the goal.
Westwood improves to 9-3 on the season. A lot of season left for the Westwood Panthers. Once again, congratulations, Oscar Joseph, as our Friday Night Locker Room Player of the Game. We wish you good luck tomorrow and for the rest of your season. Good job.